Leaning in on what was just said about sensitive or complex conversations, like I think about the role of coaching and human touch as being like incredibly essential. And I've talked about this already today, that I don't think a learning team's job is just to create content. I think the learning team's job is to design, let's say, repeatable human moments that leaders can actually do. So I think that's really important. And so what I want to walk you through is a platform that we built. It's called Sidekick. And the whole intention here was, imagine if I am a senior leader doing a monthly coaching session to a half dozen of my junior leaders. And this isn't about replacing coaching with technology. It's about using technology to support that leader. Just like I've got, and in fact, you'll see my 5 questions show up in this thing. So let's imagine, it's 1 o'clock and everybody's supposed to gather, but Sarah has messaged me saying I'm stuck with a client. I'm going to be a few minutes late. So I say, okay, guys, everyone else is here, and they're all seeing the same screen, and we're maybe using Teams to video conference. Like, hey guys, while we're waiting for Sarah, everybody give this game a try. And so this is little side scroller game, and you're grinning and I'm grinning. And as they all play, I'll see all their scores, and I'll be able to say, Dave, you're catching up and you're almost there. And then Sarah arrives. And it's like, okay, guys, even as Bill is just about to catch Sarah on the leaderboard, I will push this button and I will take it away from all of them. And then they'll all groan and then they'll smile because that was kind of fun. It was a shared, very human experience. And then I'll say, okay, guys, before we get into it, I want to do a little temperature check. So, how are you feeling today? And this will pop up on their screens, energized and focused, and I'll see, just like with the Zoom poll, I'll see the things trickle in, and I'll see clearly one person is running on fumes.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else is energized or focused. It's like, okay, um, overall, we're doing good here, but that's really great information for me. And as we move on, okay, you know what? Now that we've done that, and anything really critical that anyone wants to bring together right now, okay, well, you know what? Let's get into our normal roundtable discussion. And so I could pop up this slide, and also I have a little script here that only I can see where my questions appear. So this is a way for me to, as that senior leader, to be prompted using technology to have a flow, to have a consistency and a best practice. And there's a little timer for all this stuff, so I can't just pontificate, listen to the sound of my own voice for too long. We're going to move around the table. I might have multiple slides that I'm walking through here, or I might just have, an opportunity for everyone to share and reflect. And then when I'm done with that, it's like, okay, guys, for the last 15 minutes, as we do every month, I pulled together, or, hey, thanks, Sarah, for recommending a 5-minute podcast. Let's pop that up. Let's watch it together, and we're gonna have a little chat. So I can launch a video. I've pre-populated this with a content provider that I really love, Adam Grant. I think he's amazing. We could watch that video together for a few minutes, and then we can move into a group reflection. So, okay, you know what, guys? Now that we've talked through that, I want to bring some structure to this. These are the questions I think we should talk through. And this is a shared document. So whatever, anyone is typing will pop in and they can collaborate and all of this is to say, this is about empowering that senior leader to just not wing it, to follow a planned, instructionally designed flow that someone in the learning team has decided is appropriate for that organization. And for sure, a senior leader, he can do whatever he wants. I can do whatever I want. I'm at the controls here. But there's also some behind the scenes collection of, who was there, what did they answer in their polls, and so on. And we'd be transparent about that. It's like, but why? Because so the learning team can learn how people are doing, how much time are they spending in this part versus that part. And also I can have a little script here. So I remember, certain key things that I want to make sure I talk about. And then ultimately, we can move to a checkout, which might be another poll. It's like, hey, everybody, before we break, how are you leaving? And they can check in, check out, just as they did, just as they checked in. And if someone says stretched, like this is an opportunity for that leader to say, you know what? I know, and I want to remind you that my door is open. If you're feeling stretched, book some time with me. I trust you. You're an adult. I trust you to avail yourself of my of this. And you know what I would bet? I would bet dollars to donuts that that individual's stuff comes up in the 30-minute roundtable because everyone is prompted and presented a chance to share. So I wanted to walk through this as a demo of like this is a way that easily Ben, the senior leader, can be provided with a tool that makes sure he follows the flow while still being himself, and empowers that learning team to support Ben, the leader. And guess what? Every one of those junior leaders can use the same exact thing with their teams. And now this is modeling an approach to coaching and mentorship that can follow the whole ecosystem from top to bottom of this organization.
That's excellent. I really like that. And of course, and the learning people also get the measurement, the data back as well.
We like our data, don't we?